Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. One of the most famous mid-ranges out there is the Buzzz SS, and I've got it in 9 different plastics. We're gonna test them out, see if all Buzzz SSs are created equal. Let's find out. Let's go. Jeremy from Disc Golf Deals USA. The Buzzz SS is one of the most popular mid-ranges out there, and I'm gonna test it out with numbers 5, 4, -2, 1. This is a great disc for all arm speeds. If you're a slow arm speed, this thing's gonna go nice and straight for you. Faster arm speed, you're gonna be using this for nice hyzer-flip shots in the woods, and it's gonna be great. I've got it here in 9 different plastics. We're gonna see if there's any difference between the flights between all of these. All right, without further ado, let's test them out. So let's start with the Z lineup. So we got anywhere from Z to Z Swirl to Confetti Z and Jawbreaker Z. We're gonna try them all out. So let's go ahead and start with the good old Z. This is the Page Shoe Buzzz SS. Let's see how this one flies. Numbers are 5, 4, -2, 1. Oh, I am loving that all day. Holy cow, that is flying great. I mean, right out of the box, just goes perfectly dead straight. Beautiful. Now let's take a look at this beautiful fly dye Z disc. Just love the fly dyes from Discraft. Oh, flying very similar to that Page Shoe. Now let's move up to Ezra Robinson's. This is the Z Swirl, his signature Buzzz SS. Oh, getting a little turn out of that one. Digging that. And before I go on, all of these are definitely in that 173 to 177. I mean, almost max weight category, just to let you know. All right, now let's go with the Paul Macbeth Confetti Z. Now this one is definitely a little bit domier than some of the other Buzzz SSs. Yeah, flying very consistent. Loving it. And then last but not least, we got the Jawbreaker Z Flex. This is also a Page Shoe signature disc. Oh, flying great. Let's go. All right, all very consistent flights out of all of them. I would say the 2 Flex ones, we were getting maybe a little bit extra turn out of them, but honestly, they're all flying very similar. All right, now let's take a look at the X Swirl Buzzz SS. This is the Failer Lake fundraiser disc. I gotta say, it feels fantastic. It is a little cold outside, so that extra little flex feels really good, and it's got a little bit extra grip too. Skied that one a little bit, but yeah, we're getting definitely consistent straight flight out of it. Like I said, it feels really good in the hand. Now let's look at the ESPs. All right, so we got 2 ESPs and we got an ESP swirl here. So let's go ahead and start out with the ESPs. Nice straight flight, little fade. Got a little Tim Barham Buzzz SS Tour Series here. Loving it. And then last but not least, we got the ESP Swirl Ezra on Ezra disc. Wow, all I gotta say is all of these are flying like a nice beat-in Buzzz, just right out of the box. Nice and straight. It's great. I see why you guys like these. So in general, usually when it's cold, discs kind of fly a little bit, tiny bit more stable, just because the plastic's a little stiffer. So we are sitting at about 32 degrees today, just to let you know. But all of these discs, very consistent in the flight. I would say maybe the Flex ones are got a little bit more turn to it. And like I said, that might have to do with the weather factor. They are a little bit more flexible, so they're able to get a little turn out of it, but we're gonna do some more tosses with these. Now, if you've seen me before, you probably know what's coming up next. We're gonna put these on Annheiser, see how these handle the Annheiser. Let's go with the Z's first. Yeah, holding an Annheiser, flattening out, beautiful. Fly dye. Oh, very similar. Man, these can really handle an Annheiser perfectly. Z swirl. Oh, that was beautiful. Love it. Now let's go with the confetti. Like I said, this guy's definitely got more of a dome than the other Buzzz SS's. Yeah, really good stability on that too. Now the confetti flex. Okay, now let's go with the X swirl. Now that's not surprising. The X's are usually going to be a little bit more flippy. That one being swirl too, definitely more flippy. Putting a little speed on it with a little angle, can't really fight out of it. ESP. Yeah, gets on angle, but then flattens out. Tim Barham ESP. Oh, very similar too. Yeah, loving these ESPs. And the Ezra ESP. Yeah, flying great. Gotta say, as long as you hit the angle perfect, this disc is just gonna hold it. This is what I call one of those point and shoot discs. If you throw it flat, it's gonna go nice and dead straight. Maybe a little bit of hook up at the end. If you put it on an Annheiser, it's gonna hold it all the way to the ground. Now, let's try a hyzer, see how she flies there. Well, if you got any tips on how to play in the winter and the cold, I am all ears. I definitely know having a hand warmer in your pocket definitely helps, but you got any pro tips out there? Let me know in the comments. All right, last shot we're gonna do here is a hyzer. We're gonna see if we can get any flip up out of it, or if these just hold that hyzer the whole way. Let's start with the one I think is the least stable, which I gotta say is the X, this nice little X swirl. All right, getting a slight flip up out of that. Oh yeah, I'm loving that all day. All right, now let's go with our Z lineup here. All right, getting a little flip up out of that one too. Flight IZ. Yeah, very consistent. Just a slight little flip up so far, which I gotta say, that is a lovely thing. When you put something on a hyzer and you get a little bit of a flip up out of it, it's gonna give you extra distance. Z swirl. Oh, that is beautiful. Little flip up, extra glide. Confetti Z. All right, that one had hardly zero flip up to it, which I gotta say, having that little extra dome on the top usually makes a disc a little bit more stable. And confetti flex. Oh, that is beautiful. Yeah, I definitely think the swirls and the flexes are giving me a little bit extra flip. All right, now let's go with the ESPs. Ooh, yank that one a little bit, but heading at the basket. All right, not too bad. Tim Barham. What the heck am I doing with these ESPs? Yeah, not a lot of flip up, but kind of skied that a little bit. All right, let's get a little better angle with the Ezra ESP swirl. There we go. Very little flip up out of those. All right, not too shabby. So make sure you stay tuned. It's gonna warm up a little bit here. Love to take these ones out to the tightly wooded course. Try these in the woods. I feel like this is the optimal mid-range for just carving up the woods. Like I said, point and shoot disc. This one should be able to do really good in the woods. All right, guys, thanks for tuning in. Man, you can't go wrong with any of these Buzzz SS's. If you're looking to get a nice straight flying disc, a mid-range that's just gonna pretty much do whatever you want it to do, I mean, these are all great. I'd say if you're looking for one that's a little bit less stable, go with like a flex disc or an X. Like I gotta say, this one right here, the X Swirl Failer Lake special edition one. We got some of these available at Disc Golf Deals. Feels great, nice and low profile too. This was definitely more on the understable side. And then also the Jawbreaker Flex one too. That was a little bit more on the understable side. And then as far as stability goes, like the ESP ones, definitely out of the get-go, we're flying a little bit more on the stable side, and that Confetti Z one. And that's mainly because you know, the dome on it, I think made it really super stable. But once I get these beat in and they start flipping a little bit more, I mean, that's when these discs really start to get good. All right, guys. Well, like I said, this is one of the most popular mid-ranges out there, and for great reason. It's just a great point and shoot disc, good disc to learn on too. So whether you're beginner, advanced, or a pro, you're gonna find a great use for this in your bag. Well, if you're looking to get any of these discs, we got them all over at Disc Golf Deals USA. All right, until I see you next time, peace out.